Community well-being is important to me because I recognize it as being part of the foundation of health for people, and for the planet, really. When it comes to people, we are designed to work in community. I believe that we're designed to interact with each other, support each other, receive help from each other. And that's what builds strong bonds and compassion. And I work as an ambassador for District 5. And part of what I've done in the past is sit on the committee to help our unhoused neighbors by building a shelter, just being in the middle of those talks or listening to those talks and seeing how I can support. So I remember being in kindergarten and organizing a protest. So we made little signs and we marched on the playground, and they let me do it, out of activism. But then when it came time to go back inside after recess, they told me to shut it down, and it wasn't talked about. So I went home to my mom and I was like, and they called my mom, and I was going to be in trouble if I didn't go back, because I didn't want to go back to school or go back in. And my mom I was saying, Mom, why wouldn't they honor what we want? And she said, because not everybody prioritizes. That's not a priority for everybody. And that was just like, I was like, nope. So I had all this anger. And when with Black Lives Matter, I was exhausted. I didn't want to fight that way because I was tired and I felt like no one cared. And then Laura, who is the orchestrator of Compassionate Ambassadors here in Sacramento, her approach, meeting her at a racial justice conference, her approach was so beautiful, and it was through compassion. And I got a chance to meet with like-minded advocates and allies that wanted to show up to hold space and confront injustice. And her approach was something that was really something I hadn't explored. So I forgot the question, but that helped me look at showing up as a compassionate ambassador through the lens of activism in a whole different way. It's not so taxing for me. So the conversations that we have in the style that Laura presents, and how I've been taught to hold space and ask questions, and then even on a spiritual level, how to hold space. So much that's involved ahead of time with the intentions, that it kind of disarmors the people that show up for that conversation are already disarmored. And so it's just about listening and growing and understanding and showing up. And it's about the collective versus just one person. The role of compassionate ambassador sometimes means showing up, and that's it. Just showing up and holding space, listening, showing up with the intention of peace, and being able to observe my own healing happen in the presence of holding space for others to heal. Sometimes the role of compassionate ambassadors allows me to use my training that I've gotten through Divine Spark as a guided meditation practitioner to help others calm down their nervous system and allow them the tools to heal themselves versus looking outside to heal. And so my thing is, if you have that spark, that is a calling, and we need you right now. Right now in this time, the consciousness of the culture is elevating, and some people need some help of learning how to change their mindsets around certain things. And so, because it's not healthy to have a certain mindset of, victimization or anger or, just anything any emotion that's not serving them. So if someone has that inkling that they want to be part of the community and help us, help raise awareness around compassion and bring us together as a community, I say, come to a meeting, reach out, and we'll be happy to bring you on and show you what we've done. And Laura's done a great job of kind of just guiding us where the needs are. It's healing for everyone, not only ourselves, but for the community.